The world woke up to chaos. And at the center of it all, her name. #Starr in Reno. #Scandal song. #the forbidden duet. Every second the internet screamed louder. Fan pages turned to war zones. Tweets, clips, and think pieces flooded timelines, half defending, half destroying. The video was everywhere now. Reno and Starr in that dim studio singing together like two souls on fire. A stolen moment turned into a public scandal. Starr sat on her bed, her phone trembling in her hand. Hundreds of notifications blinked like little bombs. Her face, her voice, were on global screens she never even dreamed of reaching. But this wasn't fame. It was fury. Who's that girl touching Reno's mic? She planned it. You can see it in her eyes. Reno doesn't deserve this kind of trap. Is Reno going to turn on his bandmates for her? The comments poured like acid rain. Her throat tightened as she scrolled, the tears finally breaking free. A knock came at the door. "Kemi," Starr whispered, pulling her hoodie over her head, trying to hide her face. Kemi walked in with two things: plantain chips and worry. Her eyes scanned the room. The mess, the dim lights, the phone on the floor. "Babe," she sighed, "you look like you fought the internet and lost." Starr gave a weak laugh, one that cracked halfway through. "I didn't even fight," she muttered. "They're fighting ghosts and somehow I'm losing." Kemi dropped her bag, sat beside her and wrapped an arm around her shoulders. "Listen to me, Queen," she said softly. "You didn't do anything wrong. But you need to be smart right now. Don't react. Don't post. Just breathe." Starr stared at her trembling hands. "They're calling me a homewrecker. A clout chaser. I didn't even do anything." Kemi smiled faintly. "That's what fame does. It gives people front row seats to your pain," she said, hugging Starr tightly in a bid to comfort her. Half a world away, Seoul's skyline glowed like cold silver. Inside a glass-walled conference room, Reno sat across from his manager, Mr. Han again, but this time alone, just the both of them, surrounded by tension so thick it could choke him. The video played again on the big screen. Every frame of Starr's laughter, every shared glance between them, looped like evidence in a courtroom. When the screen went dark, his manager leaned forward, voice low but sharp. "Do you really want to throw everything away for this girl?" Reno's jaw tightened. He met the man's eyes, his own burning but steady. "It wasn't her fault," he said. "Someone leaked it." "It doesn't matter," his manager snapped. "The label is furious. The fans are in chaos. You will go on camera and deny everything, and that's final. Do you understand?" Reno didn't answer. He just looked out the window at the endless city lights below, where everything looked perfect from a distance. Perfection, a word he was tired of living under. Few days after, at the Nova Boys rehearsal space, tension turned electric. Ace slammed his water bottle onto the table, the sound echoing. "You're out of your mind, Reno," he shouted. "Do you know what this is doing to us? To the group." Z tried to step in. "Bro, calm down." "No." Ace's voice cracked with frustration. "We worked for years for this. Every endorsement, every award, and you're risking it all because you fell for some songwriter girl? You're choosing her over your brothers." Reno's voice was calm but heavy. "She's not some songwriter. She's the first person who's ever treated me like more than a product." Ace froze. The room fell silent. Even the hum of the studio machines seemed to hold its breath. "Then maybe," Ace muttered, "you don't belong here anymore. Maybe you should go be with her since you're both so in love." Reno's eyes darkened, but he said nothing. He turned, picked up his guitar and walked out, each step heavier than the last. Night fell over the city, both Lagos and Seoul connected by the same moonlight. A week after the rehearsal drama with his bandmates, in a quiet little cafe tucked away from the main street, Reno sat in disguise. Hoodie up, cap low, mask covering his face. Across from him, Starr fidgeted nervously, her eyes tired but still holding that quiet fire he loved. "You shouldn't have come," she whispered. If anyone sees you here. I don't care, he said softly. For once I want to live for myself. She looked down, voice trembling. This could ruin you. This could ruin us. Maybe, he said, but losing you would ruin me worse. Her heart clenched at the words. For a moment she wished they existed in a simpler world. One without contracts, headlines, and judgment. Just music and hearts. But reality was cruel. Reno, she said quietly, promise me you'll try your best to protect what we have. He hesitated, eyes soft. I can't promise that anymore. For a moment, silence. Just the hum of the cafe fridge and their unspoken feelings filling the air. The next morning, Starr woke to a notification that made her blood run cold. Nova Boys Reno speaks on viral scandal. The thumbnail showed him in a black suit, eyes down, microphones in his face. She pressed play. Reno, the world has been dying to know. Can you confirm if the girl in the video is your girlfriend? Is there something going on between you both? A reporter asked. Reno hesitated. Just for a second, but she saw it. The pain behind his eyes. Then he smiled perfectly, like every idol was trained to. No, he said. I don't know her personally. It was just work. She was just a songwriter for my upcoming album. The world applauded. The label sighed in relief. And Starr's heart shattered quietly in her living room. Her phone slipped from her hands, hitting the ground with a sharp crack. On screen, Reno bowed politely as if nothing had ever happened. Tears blurred her vision as she whispered, just work, huh? Just a songwriter. Her voice broke, but the storm outside roared louder. That night, Starr sat by her window, full of some much pent-up emotions, city lights flickering below like fading stars. Her notebook lay open, pages wet from tears and rain. She picked up her pen, whispering into the quiet. They called it a scandal. I called it truth. Her words turned into a melody, low, trembling, defiant. A song was being born. And somewhere halfway across the world, Reno sat in the dark watching the same leaked video again and again, this time not as an idol, but as a man who realized what he'd just lost. Fame can silence hearts, but truth never dies quietly. In the noise of a million opinions, two souls still heard each other's song.